Hi, my name is Dr. Lori Rubenstein Fazzio, Clinical Professor of Yoga and Health at Loyola Marymount University. The practice I'd like to share with you today is called 3-part yoga breath. To do this practice, it's best learned lying on your back with your knees bent. If you'd like to do it seated up, you can do it seated in a chair or seated on the floor. And if you're seated on the floor, it's helpful to have something under your hips so that your knees are lower than your hips. This helps you to have an erect posture for efficient breathing. It's also helpful to have your muscles be relaxed so that you can breathe more efficiently. So we're going to imagine that we have 3 parts to our lungs: upper lobes, middle lobes, and lower lobes. Our diaphragm ends at about the bottom of our ribs. And while our lungs only fill this area of our body, we're going to imagine that we can breathe into our whole torso for the purposes of this practice. So first we'll focus on breathing into the lower lobes of the lungs. So you can imagine and visualize breathing into these lower lobes of the lungs. You can take your fingers into what we call Gyan Mudra, which is taking your thumb and your forefinger together and placing them on your knees. Or you can just have your hands on your knees in any comfortable position. Slightly lower your chin and visualize breathing into the lower lobes of the lungs. As you inhale, allow the belly to relax as it extends outwards. And as you exhale, feel the belly draw inwards towards the spine. Inhaling, allowing the belly to relax, extending outwards, and exhaling, the belly draws in towards the spine. Continue with this awareness of the belly extending on the inhalation and drawing back towards the spine on the exhalation. Let's try 2 more rounds. Now we'll focus on the middle lobes of the lungs. When we're breathing here, we're going to focus on the ribs expanding outwards. It's helpful to place the heels of your hands on the sides of the ribs, fingertips facing forward. Exhale completely, and as you inhale, visualize breathing into the middle lobes of the lungs so that the ribs splay outwards. It looks like this. You should feel the ribs go outwards on the inhale and they come inwards on the exhale. Don't worry if this isn't happening at first, it will come with practice. You may also feel something happening in your abdominal muscles as this movement of the ribs requires those deep abdominal muscles that are actually part of our core. So this type of breathing is helpful for anybody who has lower back pain and needs to build their core strength. To do this one, the mudra or the hand posture that we use is similar to the first, with the thumb to the fingertip, and then you fold in the other fingertips. So it looks like this. And you can place your hands like that down on your knees. This is called Chinmaya Mudra. So let's try 2 more rounds, focusing on the middle lobes. Now we'll focus on the upper lobes of the lungs. To do this one, the mudra that we use is called Adi Mudra, and you take the thumbs, put them inside the fists, and then place them on your knees. To do this one, we'll visualize breathing into the upper lobes of the lungs. It may be helpful to start with your hands on that upper chest to feel the movement. So visualizing breathing into the upper lobes and filling the upper lobes so that you'll feel the chest rise. It looks like this. Let's try that 2 more times with the Adi Mudra. Then we put all 3 together. If you'd like to try the mudra, we keep that thumb inside the fist. We turn the backs of the fingers next to each other and place that next to our belly button. It's called Brahma Mudra. Or maintain your hands on your knees or by your sides. I'm going to show you with my hands following the regions where we're breathing. First, we start off with breathing into the lower lobes with the belly expanding, pausing, and then taking in a little more air, focusing on the middle lobes with the ribs expanding outwards, and then taking in even a little more air, breathing into the upper lobes, focusing on the chest rising. So it starts off belly, ribs, chest. It's all one breath, just adding more and more. So let's try that together. You can lower your chin slightly, allow the eyes to close or find a steady gaze. Exhale completely, and let's begin. Inhaling the belly, the middle ribs, the chest. Exhaling, relaxing the chest, the middle ribs, the belly. Inhaling, filling the belly, the ribs, the chest. Exhaling, relaxing the chest, the ribs, the belly. Inhaling, fill the belly, the ribs, the chest. Exhaling, relaxing the chest, the ribs, the belly. Let's try 2 more without the guidance. You can watch me if you want to see the movement. And then relax and allow the breath to regulate. This 3-part breath is helpful for ensuring that you're using all the regions of the lungs and not just short, shallow breathing into the chest. And it can help induce a relaxation response that has many, many beneficial effects for our health and well-being. May you have health, may you have peace, and may you have ease.